Hey everybody, what's up? It's Roadblock. We're back on the free to play. Um, so I'm re-recording this. I just recorded like a 40-minute video, which I don't like my videos to be that long, talking about Arena, and I struggled to find what I wanted to say. Um, but I found it at the end. And so now that I know what I want to say, I kind of just want to record that part and leave out all the talking over and rambling and everything. Um, First things first, let's get a couple of things out of the way. If you're doing the Tormund fusion, wait to pull him until Tuesday or Wednesday during Clan v Clan. I highly recommend that. It's a lot of points that you will get from that. Don't waste those points. Make sure you guys are capitalizing on those points. Um, as far as what's going on the account, nothing new. I'm kind of stalled right now. I was really hoping to pull some interesting epics or legendaries that would kind of gear me in a direction. I'm just stuck right now waiting for books. I'm not getting any from Clan Boss at the moment. That's just bad luck. I mean, based on the percentages, I should be getting a lot more epic books than this. We will see some epic books coming our way from Clan v Clan here in a couple days, so that's good. Um, but yeah, we're kind of just a little stalled at the moment on the account. And that's not to say that I have to be stalled. I could certainly be more productive. It's hard. I'm managing two accounts, and the main account is slightly more the priority because I'm going for the Tormund fusion, which requires a lot of time and energy on that account, both metaphorically and literally. Um, as far as like what I could be doing on this game, obviously I could finish upgrading Frozen Banshee to 6 stars. Then we could work on maybe Armhager or Husk or maybe even Soulbond. There's other champions as well that are pretty good. Fenshi is really good. Reliquary Tender is somebody I need to build. I've been hoping that I would get somebody maybe better, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So she's somebody I could build. Morag is somebody that would be beneficial. Tayrell would be really good for faction wars. Same for Cornelia. So there are things that I should be doing on the account, and I'm not doing them, and that's just partly because I don't have as much time as I would like. It's the holiday season. We're in the middle of a fusion. It is what it is. I do apologize for that because I do want to keep the account moving forward and not stalled. It's just really hard the last couple of weeks. So hopefully, as my time frees up more, I'll be able to do more on this account at a better pace. Um, to be able to get you guys more content and moving the account forward instead of just standstill. So back to what I had recorded previously on this for this video. It was a big discussion about Arena. So I've been two questions came to me. One question was a member of my clan is using a roster of Sun Wukong, Stag Knight, Miscreated Monster, and Kale. Now, in a perfect world, because I don't know their turn order, they should be doing Stag Knight first, into Miscreated Monster, into either Sun Wukong or Kale. It doesn't matter between them who goes first. Sun Wukong's the better option if you don't win the speed battle. He can do debuffing and make yourself do more damage, make your Kale do more damage potentially. But, you know, if you've got certain speeds and you can't, your Kale has to go first, so be it. It's not the end of the world. So that would be the ideal build that they should be using. So I go under the assumption that they're using that. Um, the other question I got was, why are my arena battles so fast? Now, originally I thought because I'm on 2 times speed, but then I realized maybe they're asking because their battles are probably back and forth slog fasts instead of just really quick, precise battles. So I am gonna go ahead and die to this team again, But in that video, I went up against this team to show you guys what a really good, well worked out team looks like. So I'm going to lose to this team. Now, I know I'm going to lose to them because I already did. In the video, I assumed I was going to lose to them. Why did I assume I was going to lose to them? Well, they have Arbiter. She has a faster aura than what I currently have with my Sun Wukong. And she brings a higher speed boost to her team. She gives 30% speed boost. That would go into Apothecary, who brings another big speed boost to the team. That helps keep both of these champions slightly slower, which means that Madame Serris can get more accuracy. And that means that Trunda, who hits like a friggin' truck, can then have more attack and maybe can make sacrifices for some defense ignoring gear. So this is a well-built, good team. What are the big benefits that this team brings? Increase attack and decrease defense. Okay. So I'm going to take it off auto. I'm going to put it on a 1x. That's the increased speed. There's the, turn meter fill and then turn meter fill. Trunda kills everybody in one hit. Right? Now, we, at this level of play, don't all have the luxury of having a Trunda that can hit that hard. So what's best for us to do is fill that in with 2 nukers instead of 1. So my team, if I refresh here and find a team that I feel like I could beat that isn't obvious. So my team works where Deacon goes first. He gives my team speed and decreases their speed, then gives them decreased defense. Then Ursula comes in and gives my team increase attack. She also decreases their attack, but I don't care about that as much as I care about her increase attack. Then Sun Wukong goes and Kale goes. And they are just there to do damage. So let's see how we fare against this relatively tanky team. Yeah. Great work, right? Now that is very quick. Why is that so quick? Well, let's look at my builds. Now, the one thing I want to address is my recommendation to my clan member was to take out Miscreated Monster. The reason I said that, while Miscreated Monster does bring a stun that is very valuable, it's 50%, so it's not as consistent as other stuns in the game. Rigash comes to mind. But also, I felt an increased attack champion would benefit them more. If, assuming that their champions are built the right way, 100% crit rate, as much crit damage and attack as they can possibly get with reasonable speeds that they can go first, they would benefit more from increased attack than from a Miscreated Monster. Miscreated Monster is a great support champion. He will help you stay alive in that fight, but he could also just prolong a loss, which is then a detriment to your progression. It's better to get a fast loss than a really slow win, which sounds counterintuitive, but in the terms of your time, it's a good thing. I don't want to spend 5 to 10 minutes losing. I would much rather lose 3 in that same 5 to 10 minutes, lose 3 battles, and then hit the refresh button and get some easier battles, right? Okay. I was going to show you guys my builds for the team. So let's start with my lead, Deacon Armstrong. 160 accuracy. This is low. Okay, this is very low. I do not have an accuracy banner other than this 4-star one, which I'm not going to level. Should I level it? There's an argument for that. But as you saw in other videos of mine, I am very conservative with my silver. I don't want to put my silver into a shitty banner that I'm going to replace at some point. I would much rather be more conservative. I would, for the record, benefit from using an accuracy banner by a lot. However, right now, I'm winning most of my fights in Gold 1. So my argument is if it ain't broke, okay, I'm not going to fix it. So that's why I'm not using this particular accuracy banner. But I'm mostly here to look at the stats. Speed 205. That's pretty fast for as early as my account is. You would see like my Arbiter, I think, is over 300 speed on my main account probably, and that's slow. So there's definitely a lot of room for improvement here. It's just the luck of the draw with my gear. Only 5-star here, and some of this gear doesn't even have speed on it. Like this helmet doesn't have speed. No, I have speed here, but no bonus roll on it. No speed on the chest. I'm balancing here. This is a balance because on this account, Deacon is used everywhere in the game. He's on every single one of my teams. So I need him to have balance. He needs to have health, you know, and I can't just build him super squishy, but extremely fast. So I do need to work with health in mind for him. I should consider leveling that ring. Okay, so that's my Deacon. So then next up in the turn order is Ursula. So again, Ursula is just behind him on speed at 196. 20% crit rate, 88% crit damage. We don't care about her doing any damage. 223 accuracy. Now, I'm lucky enough to have an accuracy banner on her, which brings her accuracy way up there, and we're able to see the effects of that. So she's always landing her decrease attack. But really, I don't need that much accuracy on her. What's more important to me is her giving me increased attack. But why does she have that extra accuracy then? Clan boss. So I need to land decreased attack on clan boss in order to get further. So that is why she is built that way. After that, we go into Sun Wukong. I've talked about this. Sun Wukong needs to be rebuilt. He is very poorly built at the moment. Why am I not using this banner? Does it make him too fast? Oh. Why am I using... What? Plus 10 speed, that would put him at 174. Yeah, that... I don't know why I'm not using this 5-star banner. I may have just rolled this in a video and then never put it on Sun Wukong, but that's just better stats. Alright, so Sun Wukong, 174 speed, crit rate 102, crit damage 172. I'd like to see that higher. Attack at 4,000. I don't know why it says no ignore defense. I have an ignore defense set here. I think I've brought that up before too. 100 accuracy. All of that is coming from this banner, which I'm okay taking this to 16. So we're going to do that. I want to get that extra accuracy off that banner. Didn't mean to click that, but so Sun Wukong, 129 accuracy now. That's much better for him stealing those buffs. He has quite a lot of resistance. He doesn't really need that. So 172 crit damage. He is booked out where it matters. I don't care about him landing the stun. I don't care about his A1 being completely booked out. On an account that's free to play where I'm super conservative with books, I'm not gonna waste books leveling that out. Then lastly, we go into Kale. I will mention that Sun Wukong is not built for PvP related to masteries or related to his blessing. For his blessing, I would prefer to have either Polymorph or Soul Reap. Likely I would go Soul Reap. And then for masteries, I would want to go with Helm Smasher for more defense ignoring instead of War Master. He is built for PvE and PvP, kind of a hybrid build, and that is temporary until I can get a replacement. So then let's look at, lastly, we have Kale. So Kale's stats are going to look a little bit better. 197% crit damage, so he does crit more, but he has less attack at 3,500. That's because he starts with less attack as a rare. Speed, we're at 157. He goes last on my team, but that's okay because we get the turn meter control from Deacon that gives us our speed. We get it that way. 162 accuracy. Again, this is a case where I need high accuracy on him for clan boss. I also need that for arena, but I'm not really landing poisons. I don't use the... Ideally, I wouldn't have to use the A3 in a fight. Ideally, I would break through that. You'll see we're not worried about sets. Stats over sets, guys. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Accuracy banner on him would, at some point, if I was to get in a scenario where he was my PvP nuker and used only for that intention, I would want this to be an attack banner. I'm not trying to land his poisons in PvP. That's not how I'm going to do damage. I'm trying to do damage off of his A2. He's my only character that has crit damage gloves, and I'm able to find the crit rate elsewhere on the gear. That's why he has such high crit damage. Well, by the way, for crit capped champions, I'm doing crit damage on the necks for both of them. If I don't have crit damage necks, I would do attack necks. But crit damage necks is what you're looking for. So, and then attack on the rings as well for the two nukers. Now, the other champions in this may have, I would prefer defense or HP rings, but I think Deacon has an attack ring. And that's mostly because I want this shield, and it also is one of my only rings that's HP and rolled HP. So you'll see here, this is HP on a blood shield ring. I want that blood shield ring to beat the Scarab boss, which is why he's in that blood shield ring. But this ring right here is likely better. I'm going to take this up to 12 and see what kind of rolls we get. Yeah, 1 into HP, 1 into attack. That is an upgrade. For him, as far as his survivability goes. But he does lose a little bit of attack, which I'd like to keep on him, honestly. I would like to keep that on him for clan boss. However, once I throw in the percentage here, that might make up a big chunk of that. So I will do some tinkering with this gear at some point, but I would prefer an HP ring on my Deacon for both arena, but also just in general, because I want him to be a little more have survivability. Okay. So that's kind of it. I hope I addressed the two questions. Question 1 is, they're running a miscreated monster. Assuming they're doing everything else right, I would say bring an increased attack champion over a miscreated monster in their scenario, because I think it would be more beneficial to them. Now, in the video I made before this, I kept throwing in my arena teams, I kept throwing in my Ultimate Death Knight instead of Ursula, I just kept winning though, so it didn't really like sink the point home. But I do truly believe that I do more damage with that increased attack buff, regardless of the extra utility that UDK brings between shields and fears. Because Ursula brings decreased attack, so there doesn't really no difference between them there. Um, so he brings a little bit of crowd control and survivability, but again, that could turn into a slog fest where we're just going back and forth, back and forth. I want to win quick or I want to lose quick and move on to the next, especially with refreshes. If you're because you get, I already used them, but you get the refresh of 5, and then you also get these ones too. Like this one's from yesterday. I still have 2 hours left on it, and then I have more that I can get today in the not advanced. Is it daily or weekly? Maybe I already used the daily one. I may have already gotten it and used it today because I've been doing a lot of arena for these videos. Oh no, here it is, 180 minutes. So this is the extra one that you guys can get. Um, it's a lot easier if you know that you can spend 15 minutes just going down your arena list and hitting a refresh if you lose any, if you lose too many, than it is to say, I'm going to take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to spend an hour grinding arena. Like that's not fun for anybody. So, um, you want to come in and get those quick battles, and that it's a twofold thing. A, they're good teams that are kind of relatively easy to build, and B, they're fast and you can just get through it real quick. So even if I was to lose several in a row because I get outsped by like a Lissandra or an Arbiter team, um, I can just take that loss, hit refresh, and then come back in here and take these easy wins like the ones that we're seeing here. So I hope that helps you guys. My clan members in particular, I am encouraging them very heavily to get at least into Silver 1, but the expectation at the end of January will be Gold 1. So you'll see a lot of my players are making the push up to Gold 1, and they're struggling in certain areas, especially the Silver 4 areas, to get past that hurdle. And a big part of my advice for that one individual is increase attack, but also maybe reworking some of those champions. At a certain point, guys, at a certain point, you are going to want to have dedicated champions for arena. That's what I loved about Arbiter. She's such a great arena champion. I've built her only for arena. I occasionally use her elsewhere, but I'm mostly using her just for arena. And I think that's very valuable to have that, because you don't have to have those hybrid builds. You can build. I don't have to worry about getting a little extra damage on Clan Boss out of my Deacon. I don't have to worry about getting a lot more damage out of my Sun Wukong on Clan Boss. I can go for the better masteries. I can go for the better blessings. So, and Kayle as well. Kayle is built. I would keep this build for Clan Boss as well, but I would love to get something, a strong PvP nuker that, like a Magnar, or something like that, where I could replace Kayle as my PvP nuker and build him specifically for success in PvP with those right masteries and blessings and everything involved. Because you just have a better chance. When you're trying to build hybrids, it's a lot more challenging, but it's very doable as I've demonstrated here. So I hope this is helping anybody that's struggling in arena. As always, I am open to questions. Please leave them in the comments. I make a weekly series. It's kind of bi-weekly now, called Question Block, where I answer your questions. So If you have questions, post them in the comments and I'll try to get to them, or I'll get to them during these videos. Right now, I'm kind of starved for content. I don't have any new champions. I don't have anything I'm really doing in the game. You'll see I'm saving up a lot of energy. I don't even know for what. Um, so I'll probably run a bunch of Dragon tonight because Dragon's the only stage that's worth farming for me because it's the only stage that's in stage 20, and that's going to help me. And it drops good gear as well, so it's kind of a twofold thing. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video because the whole reason I re-recorded it was to keep it shorter, and we're right on time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subs is going great. We are now over 360 subs. I think 362 when I looked a second ago. Let me take a look real quick. Yeah, I'm sorry. I said 300. 462 subs. 500 is when memberships unlock. That's going to help me find what it gives me the opportunity for monetary value from the account because people could become members, which is like a Twitch subscription, and then I'll probably start streaming on YouTube. I have to figure it out. Never done it before, but I really like the discoverability on YouTube, and I like that I can interact with you guys directly. You know, with your same accounts. You don't have to come find me on Twitch. So I'm looking forward to possibly doing stuff like that. Well, anyways, like I said, I'm gonna end the video. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.